What's up, everybody? Wanted to give an update on the shoulder recovery process. I'm 5 weeks post shoulder arthrosurface surgery, yet it feels like a year ago. Feels like it's moving slowly. It is such a game of patience, there's a large element of mental fortitude at play. I'll get into that in a second. There are good days, better days, not so great days in terms of how the shoulder feels. The thing that I'm really working hard to connect my mentality and headspace to is, and remind myself regularly, is this is temporary. The things that you need to do rehab-wise each session, on my own, at-home stuff, as uncomfortable and of high levels of discomfort that they initially were in some of these positions that my body hasn't been in a while, are necessary and is the path forward and the path through. When I was speaking with my physical therapist, just asking curiosity about her work, she mentioned experiencing how frustrating it can be to provide this, and when people come back in and they don't do it. So I too, relate and can understand that for sure, especially in her position where she's trying to help people get out of pain and get back to a full bill of health, or as much as they can. And then I experienced, when I got phase 2 of my at-home rehab, just how uncomfortable that these 4 exercises were in terms of discomfort, like a 8 or 9 out of 10. And to hold those positions for 10 seconds, for a set of 10, some of them 2 sets of 10. It took, in the beginning, so much mental willpower. And I'm not sure if that is unique to my specific surgery in terms of the subscap being cut, if it's that and or minus the 18 months prior where I wasn't really able to get past here with my right arm, or here with my right arm. So as I go to lay on my back and work to get that position back, or I have my arm straight out and I go to tuck my head under, and how not fun that is. What's been helpful for me, like I said, the mentality part is 1. 2 is, I'm committed. I'm committed to the process. It's easy to go to rehab twice a week and to get work done by someone. It's much harder to commit yourself to the process that you need to do, you're being asked upon. I need you to do this in the early morning, the afternoon, and the evening. So a few of the things that help me is just the mentality of I'm committed to this. Number 1, this is part of my recovery, my rehab. Don't get me wrong, there have been times I have not wanted to do it, times that I missed it in the afternoon, so that I had to double I had to add that to my afternoon set, or my evening set. But one of the biggest things was write it out, Sean. Write it out so I can see, okay, it is Thursday. I've done my early morning one at 7:45. Okay, a deposit into the right direction. And then I just finished my early afternoon one, and I'll have one more in the evening. And it's just the commitment of it. And I've even timed it so I have an idea of okay, this takes approximately 12 to 15 minutes, barring some rest between reps and such. And I'll plug in here, I'll see if I can edit it, actual footage from the kind of beginning where flexion or some of these positions were scarce, and then how it evolves over time. And maybe even me watching that back will be great to see, hey, look what you've done in just 2 weeks here. I see it. I see the progress. What I was going to share too is when it was really uncomfortable in the first, this is phase 2. So there were, closed chain exercises, pushing my fist into the wall. Those weren't so bad, maybe like a 5 or 6. But man, when I went into phase 2 and I got my secondary work, exercises changed. And it was, the first 2 to 3 days, I had to really prepare myself mentally to do this. So I only share that if that is a similar experience that someone has out there in their own rehab recovery process, or whatever you relate that to. Maybe it's, starting to eat healthy or beginning to work out, whatever it is. I know that I will look back months, year, whatever from now, and appreciate the work, the commitment to myself, to the process, to that was provided for me from my physical therapist, and just the commitment to getting my body to its most optimal health and positions. And again, I need to remind myself too, Sean, you just had surgery 5 weeks ago. Even though it feels like a year, it feels a lot longer. It's, in the grand scheme of things, you were just cut open, and things were moved and altered, and that's a healing process. And so I share that from it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not all fun and glory. Here I was a couple of weeks ago, like, I feel like I'm ahead of schedule, and how humbling it is to try to, get your arm over your head and not be able to, or just do some of these exercises. But I'm progressing. So the mentality is a big part of this. So I'll add some videos here, kind of like showcasing maybe some snippets that I've gotten in rehab that I've wanted to, for my own self, to kind of look back and see what the range of motion is and track the journey as well. And I'll plant them here, and I'll give you guys an update at next week. Next week I get some body work done. I go check up with the doc. So I'll give you guys an update around the 6 to 6.5 week mark, and I'm excited for that. So stay tuned.